The 74th Miss Universe competition was a very important event in history, a true turning point. It happened in Bangkok, Thailand on November 21, 2025. The show ended with Fatima Bosch Fernandez from Mexico winning the crown. This moment was full of glamour and joy. However, her victory came after many serious problems and conflicts. This made the event both beautiful and difficult. This competition became historic because it showed both great beauty and deep trouble. Fatima Bosch's win was more than just a personal success. Weeks before, a high-ranking person from the pageant had caused her public shame. So, her victory felt like a moment of justice and redemption. She became a symbol for all contestants who believed in standing together and speaking up for themselves. Fatima Bosch was 25 years old, a designer and model from Mexico. She had never competed in a beauty pageant before, but her strong determination and the support from other contestants helped her achieve this unexpected win. The whole story of Miss Universe 2025 is about a young woman finding her strength again after public humiliation. On television, the broadcast looked polished and perfect, showing only smiles and beautiful gowns. But behind the stage, the reality was very different. There was a clear tension between the perfect image shown to the world and the difficult events happening backstage. This chapter will explain how this Miss Universe became a truly unique and historic competition, marked by both shine and severe conflict. 2. The show comes to Bangkok. The big Miss Universe show came to Bangkok, Thailand for the 4th time. The main event was held at the Impact Challenger Hall in Pakret, Nonthaburi. This large hall had hosted the pageant before, in 2005 and 2018. Thailand was chosen to host again because it had good places for the event, a rich culture, and could manage such a big international show. This year, a very high number of countries and territories took part. 130 contestants came from all over the world, showing how global Miss Universe is. Some new places joined the competition for the first time. These included Miss Universe Latina, Mayotte, Niger, and Palestine. Also, countries like Iraq, Slovenia, Sweden, Ghana, Haiti, Kosovo, and Panama returned after not being in the show for many years. The official theme for the 74th Miss Universe competition was The Power of Love. This special theme focused on important ideas like empathy, kindness, working together, and being strong. It asked the contestants to do more than just show their beauty. They were encouraged to talk about world problems and use their platform to help others and make a difference. To make things more modern and fair, new technology was used for voting. For the very first time, fans from all around the world could vote using a special online app. This blockchain-based voting application helped choose some winners and special awards. The new system aimed to make the voting process clearer and allow more people to take part. The competition had 2 important leaders. Nawat Itsaragrisel, a businessman from Thailand, was the executive director for the event. He was also in charge of Miss Thailand and started another big international show called Miss Grand International. The overall boss was Miss Universe President Raul Rocha Cantu, who was a businessman from Mexico. Mr. Rocha and the main Miss Universe organization had the final say for international matters. Mr. Itzhak and his team in Thailand managed the daily local planning and operations. This division of work was important for how the pageant would run. 3. A big fight begins. On November 4, a big problem began at the Miss Universe competition. It was the very first official day for the contestants. A special event called a sashing ceremony was taking place. All the 130 young women from many countries were there, wearing beautiful clothes. The ceremony was broadcast live online for many viewers around the world. Everyone expected a happy and glamorous event. However, the mood quickly changed. Nawat Itzhak, a main leader for the Miss Universe event in Thailand, became very angry. He started to argue strongly with Miss Mexico, Fatima Bosch. The argument was about some important tasks. These tasks were related to promoting Thailand, the country hosting the pageant. Nawat Itzhak said that Fatima Bosch had not completed her duties for these promotional activities. Nawat Itzhak spoke to Fatima Bosch in front of everyone. His words were harsh and public. He insulted her intelligence, using words that made it seem like she was not smart. This kind of public shaming was shocking to many people watching and present at the ceremony. It created a very uncomfortable atmosphere. Fatima Bosch tried to speak and explain her side of the story. She wanted to share her point of view about the situation. But Nawat Itzhak did not allow her to speak. Instead, he quickly called for the security guards. He wanted them to escort Fatima Bosch out of the room. This was a very unusual and serious step to take during such an event. Despite the pressure, Fatima Bosch did not give up. She stood firm and used her voice to defend herself. She looked at Nawat Itzhak and clearly said, "Because I have a voice, you are not respecting me as a woman." She also added, "I'm here representing a country. It's not my fault you have a problem with my organization." Her words were brave. As the security personnel moved closer to her, Fatima Bosch showed great strength and dignity. She refused to be quiet or leave without standing up for what she believed was right. This dramatic moment, broadcast live, marked a turning point. It highlighted a big fight between a leader and a contestant. It made everyone question how people in power should treat young women in beauty competitions. This day, a big fight truly began, changing the feeling of the whole Miss Universe event. 4. The girls leave the room. The argument had just finished. It was a very tense moment in the room. Many people watched what happened. After Nawat Itzhak called for security to remove Miss Mexico, Fatima Bosch, something new and important took place. Victoria Kleier-Thelvig, who was Miss Universe 2024 from Denmark, stood up. She made a brave decision. She began to leave the room. Other contestants saw her. They understood what she was doing. Many girls followed Victoria. They walked out of the venue together. They did this to show their support for Fatima Bosch. This was a very surprising action. Usually, in beauty pageants, all contestants follow strict rules. They do not often show public disagreement with the organizers. This walkout was a strong sign of unity. The girls wanted to show that they stood with Fatima. They did not agree with how she was treated. This act of solidarity brought a lot of attention to the situation. It made people think about how contestants are treated. After this event, the video of the confrontation became very popular online. Many people watched it. Miss Universe President Raul Rocha Cantu quickly reacted. He recorded a video statement. In it, he strongly condemned the incident. He called Nawat Itziragrasil's behavior serious abuse and humiliation. President Rocha said that Nawat Itziragrasil would not be allowed to go to any more pageant events. This decision was meant to show that the Miss Universe organization did not approve of such actions. It was a clear message that such treatment of contestants was unacceptable. The next day, November 5th, Nawat Itziragrasil appeared in front of reporters. He was visibly upset. He apologized with tears in his eyes. He said, "If anyone felt uncomfortable or affected by what happened, I'm so sorry." He also expressed his thanks for Thailand hosting Miss Universe again. His public apology was a necessary step. However, some people wondered about its true meaning, given what had happened. Despite the strong statements and the apology, the Miss Universe pageant had to continue. The atmosphere, however, was different. It felt a bit awkward. Even though he was told not to attend events, Nawat Itziragrasil was seen at several pageant activities later on. He still played an active role in some parts of the show. This made the situation feel even more unusual. The competition moved forward, but the recent events left a mark. Contestants still had to get ready for the preliminary rounds and the final night. There was much discussion and concern among the public and the media. The walkout by the contestants was a historic moment. It highlighted the growing demand for respect and dignity for everyone involved in the pageant. It showed that the girls had a strong voice and were ready to use it. The pageant was changing, showing that beauty also meant strength and unity. 5. Judges leave the group. A new big problem came up for the Miss Universe competition. This was about how fair the selection process was. 3 days before the final show, on November 18th, a judge named Omar Harfouch announced he was leaving. He is a composer. He used social media to say why. Mr. Harfouch said that there was a secret jury or special group that chose the top 30 contestants. He said this happened without the 8 official judges. The official judges did not know about it and were not part of this choice. He believed this special group had members who had conflicts of interest. This means they might have had personal relationships with some contestants. Mr. Harfouch even said that the person who counted the votes had a romantic connection with at least one contestant. This made the fairness of the competition difficult. He felt that the official judges, who were chosen to bring different cultures and fairness, found that the first selections were already made. This meant their job was not really important. Mr. Harfouch spoke to a newspaper. He said many women put a lot of effort and money into this competition. If the process is not honest, it is very bad. He thought it told young women that connections might be more important than their hard work or talent. The Miss Universe organization answered Mr. Harfouch's claims. They posted a statement on their social media. They said there was no special jury and no outside group chose the finalists. They said all evaluations followed their clear rules. The organization also said Mr. Harfouch might have mixed up the judging process with another program called Beyond the Crown, which is about social work. But other judges also left. On the same day, November 18th, Claude Makelele also left. He is a famous French football manager and was a judge. He said it was for personal reasons, but did not say more. He mentioned that the pageant stands for good values like empowerment and diversity. After this, two more judges, Louis Heredia and Natalie Glebova, also shared their worries on social media. They talked about problems in how the contestants were chosen. These quick departures and worries about fair voting made people unsure about the competition's final results. It raised big questions about if the results would be truly fair and correct. 6. Accidents and pain. The Miss Universe competition has much glamour, but it also has physical challenges. Sometimes accidents happen, causing pain for the women. One serious event happened during the early rounds. Miss Jamaica, Gabrielle Henry, fell badly in her evening gown. She landed face first into the audience. The fall was serious, and Gabrielle needed medical help. Staff put her on a stretcher and took her to a hospital. Luckily, Gabrielle did not break any bones, said pageant leaders, but her injury meant she could not compete anymore. She was not in the final show. This event showed that being a contestant needs strong physical endurance and has a real risk of injury. It highlighted the difficulties behind the glamorous stage. Fatima Bosch from Mexico also had a physical problem. She got a painful foot injury days before the final. She stepped on glass, which cut her foot. The pain was big. Fatima talked about it online. "It hurts so much. I'm pretty sure there's a tiny piece still inside." Even with pain, Fatima showed strength. She continued her activities and bravely competed. These incidents, Miss Jamaica's fall and Fatima Bosch's injury, showed the strong physical will needed from contestants. They handled pain and performed under pressure. The competition tested their bodies and minds, proving the real effort behind the beauty. 7. A new queen is crowned. The final night of Miss Universe arrived on November 21, 2025. The big show started at 8 a.m. in Thailand. Many people around the world watched. Steve Byrne, an American comedian, was the host for the night. Two women who were Miss Universe before, Dayanara Torres and R. Bonnie Gabriel, gave comments during the show. A Thai singer named Jeff Sator performed, adding to the excitement. The competition began with many contestants, about 130 from different countries. Slowly, the number of girls went down. First, the judges chose a top 30. These 30 girls then competed in different rounds. After that, only 12 girls remained. They showed their evening gowns and swimsuits. Finally, the most important part came. The judges chose the top 5 finalists. These 5 women were from Mexico, Thailand, Philippines, Venezuela, and Côte d'Ivoire. Each of them had to answer a question live on stage. This part was very important. It showed how smart, calm, and strong they were when speaking their minds. They spoke about important topics and shared their thoughts. After the questions, everyone waited for the final decision. The air was full of tension and hope. Then the name was called. Fatima Bosch Fernandez from Mexico won the Miss Universe 2025 crown. The audience erupted in loud cheers. People waved Mexican flags in the hall, celebrating her big win with great joy. It was a very emotional moment for Fatima and her country. Victoria Kjær Thalvig, who was Miss Universe 2024 from Denmark, placed the shining crown on Fatima's head. Fatima looked very happy and proud. After winning, Fatima Bosch spoke to the crowd. She said she wanted to be remembered as someone who changed what a Miss Universe can be. She wanted to show that a real person can give her heart. She also said that the Miss Universe platform is strong because it gives women a space to have a voice. The first runner-up was Praveer Singh from Thailand. She looked very elegant. The second runner-up was Stephanie Adriana Abasali Nasser from Venezuela. Atisa Manalo from the Philippines and Olivia Yache from Côte d'Ivoire were also part of the strong top 5 group. The night ended with Fatima Bosch celebrating her new title, a symbol of her journey and strength. 8. Looking to the future. The Miss Universe event in 2025 showed important things about power and how countries see themselves on the world stage. Thailand hosted the event for the 4th time, hoping to show its culture and attract global attention. Their contestant, Praveer Singh, was popular and became the first runner-up. This was a good result, but not the win many in Thailand had hoped for. For Mexico, Fatima Bosch's win was a big success, not just in beauty, but also in politics. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum spoke openly, saying Bosch's victory was an example of how women should use their voices. She stated that women look more beautiful when they speak up and stand for their rights. This political support helped turn the pageant outcome into a symbol of women's strength and their right to be heard globally. Younger generations, often called Gen Z, have new ideas about beauty pageants. Many wonder if these shows truly help women or if they just focus on looks and old ideas. Some young people believe pageants can be strong platforms for women to help and inspire each other, focusing on confidence, purpose, and being true to oneself. They think it's more about inner strength than just outer beauty. But others are not so sure. They point out that even with much talk about including everyone, real changes to make things fair are slow to happen in such big industries. The Miss Universe organization made some new rules for 2025. They allowed contestants of different ages and marital statuses to compete, trying to be more modern. However, the problems during the competition, like the public argument with Nawat Itzara-Grisil and serious questions about the judges' decisions, showed that more important changes are still needed. Simply updating who can join does not always mean everyone is treated with respect or that the process is truly fair. Looking to the future, the next Miss Universe competition in 2026 will be held in Puerto Rico. This special event will be the 75th anniversary of the competition, marking a big moment in its history. Puerto Rico has a proud past with Miss Universe, having 5 winners from the island. Governor Jennifer Gonzalez and the pageant leaders there want to host many extra events to showcase Puerto Rican talent. The biggest question for the future is if the Miss Universe organization will learn from the challenges of 2025. Will they make real changes to make judging transparent and to treat contestants with full respect and fairness? Or will they keep doing things in the same old ways? The answer will show if the pageant can stay important and relevant in a fast-changing world that demands more from such global platforms.
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.